guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Friday. I know that I have not filmed all week. It has been insane in our house. There has been so much going on in our house this past week. It's crazy. Everybody is aware of the Florida shooting. Everybody is aware of the gun control laws that's going on. I know that I touched about this briefly in my live stream that was on Monday. Where do I even begin to address what has been going on in our house? If I'm looking away, it's because I'm trying to focus, I'm trying to figure out and gather my words of how exactly I want to address this. Okay, in our town has less than 120,000 people, and at the middle school that my kids go to, there was a gun threat. And I actually had to call the principal. I had to find out about this threat through Facebook. And when I called the principal, he told me that yes, the threat was viable and they took care of it immediately. And when I asked why the parents weren't notified via email or phone call, he told me that basically the threat was so minimal that they didn't feel like it needed to be addressed. I was livid. I was absolutely livid because for a threat to be viable and something that is taken seriously enough to be addressed, why wouldn't you notify the parents? I found out through a news source on Facebook. In addition to that, there was another local middle school that also had a gun threat. Come to find out, we get an email yesterday from the superintendent of the Bend La Pine School District. We live in Bend, Oregon, and the superintendent notified us that there was 4 viable threats at the local Bend High School. One student was arrested and he will be in court on March 1st. And basically the police have been monitoring the schools all week. I don't know if it's every single school, but my kids have had the halls monitored at their school. And yesterday when I pulled up at the school, there were 3 sheriff trucks in front of the school. This high school, the Bend High School, is where my son will be attending high school next year. And all of this happened, all of these threats happened within 9 days. The day that my sons heard about the threat at their school, they came home and they were like, "Mom, what do we do? Should we just be on the lookout?" I had no answers for them. I didn't know what to tell them. They have not had a gun safety drill at their school yet this year. They didn't want to return to school. Now, it's been talk over the last 2 years in our house for our kids to be in homeschool. And I'm not saying that we have taken this lightly at all, because we have thought about this constantly over the past 2 years. But because of the gun issue, we're now taking this extremely seriously. In the past 2 years, the talk of sex and suicide and death has been very, very heavy. Even in the elementary school where my daughter goes to elementary school. There was one day where my daughter came in from playing outside and 2 of the local boys were teasing her about rape. And it's just the culture that the kids are growing up in today. My kids go to school and they're constantly having to address, you know, sex and penis and vagina, and I understand that there's some of this that's normal for a teenager, but it goes beyond that. There's my son was in class the other day and there was kids accusing this girl who is, quote, pansexual, of being a whore. And it blows my mind that this is going on in school, in middle school. And there's no dress code at my kids' school. The girls wear shorts that go right up to their hoo-ha, like right up to their vagina, and they show their butt cheeks. The girls wear shirts that are, you know, right to their cleavage, and the belly shirts right up to their chest. And in my daughter's elementary school, she goes to class with a girl who wears belly shirts all the time, and when she raises her shirt up, it goes right up to her chest. And this is allowed in the public school system. And for us, it's getting worse and worse and worse on the daily. Just the other day when my son was in class, there was a kid that walked in and he said, "F you, I'm gonna effing kill you," to the teacher, and the teacher did nothing about it. So we are completely just at our wits' end, because this is not the culture that we want our children raised in. And every day when our kids are coming home, they're saying, "It's getting really bad, Mom. It's getting really bad, Dad. You know, what else can we do? What else should we do?" You know, our kids don't hang out with normal kids in the school cafeteria because they're just so distasted by what they see and what they hear that goes on around them in the school, that they don't even have regular friends, and that makes me so sad. But when it came to asking them, "Do you want to be homeschooled?" they all resoundingly said yes. And it was a little bit, you know, with our middle schooler, he kind of went through this like phase where he thought that he would lose his social identity, but he came back with, you know, "I don't really have friends anyways. I know that with this homeschool program, I'm gonna have, you know, a lot more fun at home. I'm gonna meet new kids online and through the social clubs." So let me tell you a little bit about this homeschool program. I am in love with this homeschool program. This homeschool program is free. It goes through the public school system, except it's online at home. You have live sessions with your teachers, 1 to 2 hours a day, and then you connect with other kids through the state of Oregon and through nationwide, through social clubs, through virtual field trips, through regular field trips. The school pays for all of the school field trips, so that doesn't come out of our pocket. Which is such a blessing, which is so incredible. All of our kids have chosen an extracurricular activity that they would like to do. They all want to focus on swimming, which is really cool. Plus they get to go to youth group still, so they still have their friends that they get to meet in youth group and socialize with. So they're not going to be just at home 24/7 all the time. We're still going to go to outings, you know, to the library. This decision does not come lightly at all. We as a family have been wanting to do this for a couple of years, and with the gun control issue, it's not getting any better. So that issue is not going away anytime soon. There was a law that was just passed in Oregon. I'll go ahead and read it to you. Let me go ahead and find it. Basically, this law states that if you're convicted of stalking, domestic violence, or with a restraining order, you won't be able to buy or own guns or ammunition in the state of Oregon after the Senate passes the bill and it goes to the governor for signing. That's good. That's a step in the right direction. So I'm glad that we're finally doing something, but that doesn't keep guns out of the students' hands. Our schools are still targets. And one thing that we've taught our kids through all of this is, yes, the world is bad. And the language is bad, the sex is bad, the death talk is bad, talk of suicide at their school, it's a joke. It's literally a joke. They joke about suicide, they joke about killing each other, they joke about death, they joke about violence. The Logan Paul situation just made it even so much worse. They glorify suicide. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, what we teach our kids is, the culture is bad. It's bad out there. So just because we homeschool you, that doesn't take away what's out there in the world. And guns and the gun violence is everywhere. It's in their churches, it's in the concerts, theaters, libraries, it's on boardwalks, it's been the Las Vegas shooting, it's everywhere. Until lawmakers start passing laws to keep guns out of hands of individuals, this issue is not going to go away. Canada, UK, Australia, they have taken action to keep guns out of the hands of citizens, and they don't see this violence anymore. And until America starts stepping up and actually taking action for the criminal behavior, we are not going to get anywhere. And so I've warned my kids, and we've really, really encouraged them that yes, they can do homeschool. And homeschool is going to be awesome, and we'll be as a family, and we'll do things together as a family, but that doesn't take away the gun control issue. Until lawmakers start taking this seriously. I know I get really passionate because these are my kids, these are my babies. We already ordered them their laptops, their Chromebooks. They were $100 each, which was such a blessing. That was awesome. The funnest part about all of this is I've done a lot of research. I've overextended myself. I've gone above and beyond, and I've really researched different homeschool routines from different families, different age groups, because I'm gonna have an elementary schooler, a middle schooler, and a high schooler next year. I'm really looking forward to it. They get to go on field trips, social events. There's a local social group for homeschooling through this homeschool program, so they're gonna get a lot of social interactions. So we're not so much worried about cutting them off socially from other kids, but one thing I would love for you guys just to take away from this was in large part their decision. They don't feel safe in their school. They don't feel welcomed in their school. The culture is so bad in their school that they don't feel welcomed or safe in their school anymore. I didn't even address with you that my 4th grader has been bullied for the last 2 years in her school, and we've reported it, we've addressed it. The school bully, the class bully just received a kindness award, and that blows my mind that they honored the bully for bullying, and it's been addressed for 2 years now, and they're not taking any action. In fact, they're just honoring the behavior of the bully. So we're done. I think I've ranted enough in this video. It's been a long week for me. If you guys can't tell, it's been a very long week for me. There's been a lot of drama going on this week with the whole gun safety issue and gun control laws, and you know, gun threats shouldn't happen. And if you have 4 viable threats in one high school in less than 9 days, that's a serious problem. And for a middle school to have also a threat in less than 9 days in the same situation, that's a huge problem. And why aren't we looking at this closer? So I'm obsessing right now. I really gotta go. I love you all so much. I just want to thank you guys for being a support system to our family. I love your comments. I love your support. I'm just so thankful for all of your prayers and your encouragement. I don't think I thank you guys enough for how much you guys are there for us. And I hope that what you take away from this is that our family is going through a lot, and we've made a decision. We've heard the influences from our family, and we respect our family, but we had to make a decision that was right for our kids, and we had to listen to our kids and what our kids were saying to us. And so please just be nice in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and join this crazy family of terrorizers if you're not already. I put out beauty related videos every single Friday, mental health videos every single Sunday, and I have live stream videos every single Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.